Hello, this is lecture 28, properties of continuous functions. First sem Maths Unit 2, Tungal School of Basic and Applied Sciences, Degree College, Jamkandi. I am Ramanjan sir, Department of Mathematics. So in continuation of the properties of continuous functions, now property 4 or theorem 4. Next statement. If f of x is continuous in closed interval a comma b and f of a comma f of b are of opposite signs, then there exists C belongs to open interval a comma b such that f of c is equal to 0. See that now the statement it is f is continuous in closed interval a comma b and f of a comma f of b are of opposite signs. One may be less than 0, the other may be greater than 0, like that, the opposite signs. Then there exists some c element in between the interval a comma b such that its functional value will be is equal to 0. Right. See the proof. Let f of x is continuous. F of x is continuous in closed interval a comma b, that they are given in the statement also. And as these two, f of a and f of b are of opposite signs, I will take f of a is less than 0 and f of b is to be greater than 0. So f of a and f of b are of opposite signs. Let us define the set S is equal to set of x such that x belongs to closed interval a comma b and f of x is to be less than 0. Like that we define the function. For all x, f of x values are to be less than 0. How we define the set? For all x values, f of x values must be less than 0. So suppose this is the domain, the function, this is the point C, and this is closed interval A, and this is B. The function we define like this. This is the function. These are all, this is f of a, or f of x is less than 0, and automatically f of a has to be left side, f of a also to be less than 0. If the function is to be defined, here is there that f of x is to be greater than 0. So that automatically f of c must be less than 0. Even this is f of a is also less than 0. This is f of b is greater than 0. We define the set f of x less than 0 for all x values. So this is the set S we defined. This is the set S, and the neighborhood is delta. Suppose delta neighborhood is c minus delta, and this side is c plus delta. Right. As function is defined for all x, f of x is less than 0, that who is said to be is now yes. Anyhow, So for this set S, A is the lower bound and C is the upper bound. Let for that set A S, let A be the lower bound of S, then A belongs to closed interval A comma B, and f of A is less than 0. So whenever f of A is less than 0, all the conditions are satisfied that A element must belongs to S. That is, S is not equal to 5. Let B be an upper bound of S, then by completeness axiom, let C be the LGB of S. As this is the total f of x function, B is the upper bound, and whenever B is the upper bound, it must have many upper bounds are all these, and C be the LUB, least upper bound. This is also upper bounds, so C is the least upper bound we are taking. So whenever C is the least upper bound, we should see that its functional value is to be 0. We prove that f of C is equal to 0. F of C is equal to 0 for C belongs to open interval A comma B. This implies whenever C belongs to open interval A comma B means inequality form is A is less than C is less than B. Even in the figure also we observe that A is less than C and C is less than B. This is. So now we prove first C belongs to open interval A comma B. That means one element is existing in between the interval. Then after its functional value will be is equal to 0. That we will prove. Functional value will be is equal to 0. So first of all this we can prove. To prove this, to prove A is less than C is less than B, the first point, let f of C is less than 0, this side f of C is less than 0, then there exists delta 1 greater than 0 such that f of x is less than 0, comma, for all x belongs to closed interval A comma A plus delta 1. So for all this A2 almost up to the A plus delta 1, f of x values must be less than 0. Right. This implies A is less than A plus delta 1, which is always less than or equal to C. That value is always less than or equal to C. So that less than or equal to C means even by taking this is A is less than or equal to C, or particularly this value is less than or equal to, automatically A is less than C. So take this as equation 1. Right. In second point, we prove that C is less than B. For that, let f of C is greater than 0. Then there exists delta 2 greater than 0 such that f of x greater than 0, comma, for all x belongs to closed interval b minus delta 2 comma b. Right. As we have here is, this is already I explained, this is C. The curve is moving to C. So this is this is B, closed interval, f of A, and f of x is less than 0, so that f of A is also less than 0. This is C minus delta, and this is to be C plus delta. This is the function as f of x. So this is B is there, B minus delta 2. This part is B minus delta 2. Right. So now x belongs to b minus delta 2 comma b, then f of x keeps the same sign as f of c, so that f of x is greater than 0. So whenever it is like this, this implies b minus delta 2 is less than b. Since b minus delta 2 is an upper bound of yes, and C is the LUB of S, then C is less than or equal to b minus delta 2 is less than b. This implies C is less than b. Take this as equation 2. From 1 comma 2, that is small 1 comma small 2, A is less than B, A is less than C, and C is less than B, implies A is less than C is less than B. This implies C belongs to open interval A comma B. Then we prove that C belongs to A is less than C is less than B, implies C belongs to open interval A comma B. The remaining to prove, we prove that now f of C is equal to 0. That is the theorem statement to prove. If possible, assume that f of C is not equal to 0. That is, let f of C less than 0 or f of C less than 0 or f of C greater than 0, because whenever it is not equal to 0. Now let us take case 1. Let us take case 1. First of all, we will take f of C less than 0. Let f of C is less than 0. Then there exists delta 3 greater than 0 such that the different values of delta 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 like that, such that f of x is less than 0 by the previous theorem, comma, for all x belongs to open interval C minus delta 3, comma, C plus delta 3. Let d does not belongs to S such that C is less than D is less than C plus delta 3. So that is, so here is C and here is C plus delta 3, and this side is this is D. So this side is C minus delta 3, and this is to be the right side of D is C plus C is here. This is closed interval A comma B. D is to be in between them. C minus delta 3 and C plus delta 3, and this is C. Or I will draw the same line in the next page, as this is the line A, B, and here is C, so that only the function is to be like this. This is f of x is less than 0, so that f of a function also to be less than 0. The total is f of x function and it is greater than 0. And from C to B, the function is to be greater than 0, and this is the value is B. So whereas now delta 3 we take, suppose this is the set S, and this is C minus delta 3, and this side is to be C plus delta 3. In between them D it was taken, so that C is less than D is less than C plus delta 3, the previous step. Whereas if it is this side is what it will be, as D belongs to this side. What is f of D? F of D is, this implies f of D is greater than 0, which is a contradiction. Which is a contradiction. Because f of D is less than 0 for all x is equal to D belongs to open interval C minus delta comma C plus delta 3. So for all these total interval, f of D needs to be less than 0. For all in between C minus delta 2, C plus delta 3, whatever the element you take, that must be less than 0. But here is getting f of D, one of the element you take, even though to be here or even though to be in this interval. D can be take either this or D can be take either this. That f of D must be less than 0. If I have to take D is in this interval, we are getting of here is f of D greater than 0. So why this contradiction arises? Because f of C is less than 0, which is a contradiction, because f of D is less than 0. That is our assumption, because of our assumption that f of C is less than 0 is wrong. This implies f of C is not equal to 0. So take this as equation 3. Next, case 2. Case 2. Let f of C is greater than 0. Then there exists delta 4 greater than 0 such that f of x greater than 0, comma, for all x belongs to open interval c minus delta 4, comma, c plus delta 4. So this is delta 3 and this is again c minus delta 4 and this is to be c plus delta 4. This is c. So whatever the x value is to be here, this is a and this is to be b. So in this interval the function is going like this. F of a is less than 0 because f of x is less than 0, and here is to be f of b is greater than 0 even if f of x is also greater than 0. This is the point C. Next I am proving in this 3 f of c not less than 0. So less than values cannot be 0. Even the right side also, let us see that what it will be. Let d dash does not belongs to yes. So that this will be, this side will be now d dash. D dash does not belongs to, sorry, d dash belongs to yes, because if we take this side, this is the set yes. D dash belongs to yes, such that the d dash belongs to yes, such that what it will be, such that c minus delta 4 is less than d dash is less than c, and f of d dash is less than 0, and f of d dash is less than 0, which is a contradiction. Because f of d dash must be greater than 0, because for all the values of x should be greater than 0. So wherever this d dash belongs to in this interval, because f of d dash is greater than 0, comma, for all x is equal to d dash belongs to open interval c minus delta 4, comma, c plus delta 4. That is our assumption that f of c greater than 0 is wrong. This implies f of c is not greater than 0. Take this is the fourth point. From 3, 4, f of c is not less than 0 and f of c is not greater than 0. This implies f of c is equal to 0 for all c belongs to open interval a, comma, b. See that f of c is equal to 0 for all c belongs to open interval a, comma, b. Even here is a is, b is. In the middle, when we cross the real number line, this value is to be 0 from negative to positive. So hence theorem is proved. Thank you very much.